Welcome, bienvenue, and willkommen to another episode of BMW Live from Ultimate Drive, featuring products and experts to bring you inside the world of BMW. My name is Kevin Marcotte, and we're once again coming to you live from BMW Canada headquarters, where today we present to you two new for 2020 models. First up is the all-new 2 Series Gran Coupe, followed by the Canadian premiere of the new BMW 4 Series. Joining me today to provide the qualified insight into these sports coupes is Matthew Wilson. Welcome back, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing great, Kevin, and thank you for asking. And as always, of course, it's a pleasure to be here.
And it's a pleasure to be with you as well. Now, before we dive into the product, two important mentions. Firstly, Matt and I will be practicing physical distancing throughout the presentation today. And secondly, we have a team of product experts on our live stream chat ready to take your questions throughout the presentation. So please ask away. Now, let's talk coupes and let's talk our new entry-level model. And Matt, first question is, at BMW, recently we've seen the emergence of Grand Coupes in first the 6 Series, then the 4 Series, now the 8 Series, and of course the 2. What differentiates the Grand Coupe from a traditional coupe?
Yeah, Kevin, as you can imagine, we get that question quite frequently, and the answer is actually quite simple. It's our designers have taken all the BMW coupe design characteristics, an elongated silhouette, low roofline, recessed greenhouse, really broad stance, and really added the convenience of 4 doors.
Right, it definitely has a coupe silhouette to it. Yeah. Now, can you elaborate on some of those typical BMW coupe design characteristics?
Yeah, Kevin, if you look at the front of the 2 Grand Coupe, you're going to notice a low-slung front appearance. Really gives it a broad and aggressive look. As well, the large integrated kidney grille is complemented by these beautiful icon headlights, another characteristic of BMW design. And when you move to the side of the vehicle, of course, that elongated silhouette, the low roofline, as well as that greenhouse really tucked in the back, is complemented by the characteristic BMW L-shaped rear taillights, really thin towards the back of the vehicle, again giving it that low wide stance one would expect from a BMW sports coupe.
Right, right. It really is a sporty package, especially this black on red combination that we have here today. Now, being a BMW coupe means that it needs the drive to back it up. What can you tell us about the performance of the 2 Grand Coupe?
Well, Kevin, as you know, BMW has long been renowned for building driver's cars, right? The most engaging drive. And customers lucky enough to get into a 2 Grand Coupe will have a choice of 2 very potent powertrains. In the 228i, there's a 228 horsepower 4-cylinder, or what we have in the showroom here today, the M235, really the ultimate 2 Series Gran Coupe, features our newest twin power turbo 4-cylinder with 301 horsepower. So it really raises the bar in terms of performance and driving dynamics.
Wow, over 300 horsepower from a 4-cylinder engine. Now, Matt, what makes the M designation on the M235i so special?
Yeah, for our viewers that may not be familiar with BMW M, it is our performance division who has been building perhaps some of the most iconic sedans, coupes, and in recent years SAVs for more than 40 years. And really what that means is the M engineers have really reworked the engine, the chassis, suspension, the exhaust, pretty much anything that touches the drivability of the vehicle. So any vehicle wearing an M badge like the M235 here today, of course, has to fulfill that performance promise that BMW M brings.
Right, so it clearly is much more than simply an M sports package, given that it incorporates engineering that's found in our top-of-the-range M cars. Matt, why don't we give our viewers a look at the inside of the 2 Grand Coupe?
Of course, and I think one of the small touches that might go unnoticed, but I think is definitely a premium feature, Kevin, is these beautiful frameless doors. So again, this is characteristic of all BMW coupes, and it really adds that premium touch, upon greeting of the vehicle. And on the inside, of course, quality craftsmanship throughout, but really it's a tech powerhouse as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a tech powerhouse. Can you provide us with some details on the interior design features?
Of course, these beautiful seats. Of course, I think on this car the contrast is perfect. The red M Sport seats with integrated headrests really provide the ultimate in terms of comfort and bolstering on the side as well. Really, it's a driver's car. You need that bolstering for performance-oriented driving. And again, everything on the inside, the technology I mentioned, the latest iteration of BMW's iDrive, live cockpit professional, head-up display, wireless charging for your phone, and of course, wireless connectivity for Apple CarPlay.
Right. Fantastic technology to meet the needs of the consumers in the compact segment. And those M Sport seats are really inviting.
Definitely.
And we'll take the opportunity now to invite any viewers who are interested in the two Grand Coupe to contact your local retailer for a test drive. So we'll make our way now to our Canadian premiere. But before we pull the silk mat, can you provide some insight into the origins of the 4 Series?
Of course, Kevin, and as you mentioned, under the silk here is the highly anticipated second generation of the 4 Series Coupe. And the 4 Series Coupe is really an evolution of the 3 Series Coupe, which over 6 generations since 1975 has really cemented BMW's legacy of bringing the ultimate sports coupe to market.
Right, so a very long tradition and history, successful one as a brand shaper for the BMW brand. Now, let's take a quick video look before we unveil the new BMW 4 Series.
What we have here, of course, a highly anticipated second generation of the new 4 Series Coupe. And I think you'll agree, as will our viewers, it's bigger, it's bolder, and probably more extroverted than ever.
I certainly do, and I know our viewers will agree. Can you provide some background into the inspiration our designers took in going in such a bold direction?
Of course, and I think our viewers, the first thing they're going to notice, of course, is this large vertical kidney grille. Right. And a lot of people may think that's a departure from recent BMW design, but it actually pays homage to the legendary and iconic sports coupes of BMW's past, such as the 3.0 CS or the 328 Coupe. And up front, I think the Icon headlights, again on the 4 Series, now feature laser headlight technology. A lot of nice touches like the carbon fiber inserts, which actually carries through to the rest of the vehicle as well. All in all, I like to think it makes a very strong first impression.
It certainly does. Now, how does that expressive design strategy carry throughout the rest of the vehicle?
Yeah, if we look at the rest of the vehicle here, you're actually going to see a lot of resemblance to the new 8 Series Coupe. Things such as the recessed greenhouse, again, gives it very broad shoulders towards the back of the vehicle. Yeah. Again, at the very back, much like the 8 Series, an ultra-thin LED taillight design, which again broadens the look from the rear with that greenhouse. And as this is an M440, if you look at the bottom there, there's those large dual exhausts, of course, which really point to what lies under the hood of the new M440.
That's right. This too is an M performance model. So can you tell us, what has our M division done to ensure that it lives up to its sports car promise?
Yes, Kevin, I can tell you the new M440 is an absolute blast to drive. And that, in part, is due to the new twin-power turbo inline 6-cylinder engine, which is capable of 382 horsepower. And in the M440, that's actually complemented by a new 48-volt system, which helps with output, but also improves the overall efficiency of the vehicle. And as I mentioned, M is about not just horsepower, they're also about dynamics. That's why in the M440 on the rear, there's a new M Sport differential, which also aids in the dynamics and drivability in performance-oriented conditions.
That's right, that's right. So what can drivers expect when they get behind the wheel of the new 4 Series?
Yeah, again, if we open the door, much like the 2 Series Gran Coupe or the 8 Series Coupe, those beautiful frameless doors will greet you. And on the inside, I think with the new 4, they've really stepped up the game. I mean, the quality, the leather, the trim, all the touch points of the driver are really apparent. And again, the technology as well is really a lot borrowed from the all-new 3 Series and really takes it up a notch.
Can you expand on that technology?
Of course. So obviously the center of the cockpit has the new iDrive 7.0. Again, a fully customized live cockpit professional, which really allows a driver to make the information they want to see when they want to see it in the center. and that is complemented by our industry-leading head-up display, the wireless connectivity, wireless Apple CarPlay, a ton of tech, Kevin, is in the new 4.
Yeah, so outstanding connectivity and convenience. How about safety technology in the new 4?
Yeah, I mean, BMW safety is always a key priority, and that's why every BMW comes standard with BMW's driver assistant package. On the new 4, of course, what that means is features like lane departure warning, forward collision warning, park sensors both in the front and the rear, and of course, rear view camera are all standard equipment. And for those looking to up it a little bit, there's also active protection items like active lane keep assist, active collision warning, and active cruise control, which really give it a semi-autonomous feel.
Right, and you know that I'm a fan of those semi-autonomous
Definitely.
Features, especially on those long road trips for comfort and to reduce fatigue. But let's make no mistake, this is a driver's car. So
Definitely.
Matt, I have one more question for you regarding the 4 Series, and that is, what is the price and when will it be available?
Yeah, it's not going to be long now, Kevin. So for those looking to get their hands on the very first 4 Series, they're going to be arriving in showrooms this October with a starting price more or less on par with the current 4, just over $53,000.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, thank you so much for that introduction to the 4 Series and the 2 Series as well. How about we take some questions from our online audience?
Okay, fire away.
Pull up the thread here. And the first question, we're going to do this in the speed round, Matt.
Okay.
So one word or sentence answers, please. And that is Travis from BMWLive.ca asks, when will BMW Build Your Own be ready on BMW.ca for the new 4 Series?
Kevin, I believe on BMW.ca they can build their new 4 today. So for those looking to take delivery of those first units as mentioned in October, go on today, build it, call your retailer.
Fantastic. So can build on BMW.ca. In markets outside Canada, please check with your local websites. Next question. Dawn from Facebook asks, will the new M4 have the same grille?
Well, as you know, Kevin, our next episode of Live from Ultimate Drive will feature the brand new M3 and M4. So for those looking for an answer to that question, of course, we'd encourage you to tune in about a month's time.
Absolutely. So a good plug for our next episode. Stay tuned, everyone. From Instagram, and Joshua comes, what is the price of the 2 Series Gran Coupe?
Kevin, the 228i Grand Coupé starts at $42,800.
Okay, so those are Canadian prices as well. Once again, international markets, please check with your local retailer. Here's an interesting one from Cassie from BMWLive.ca. When will the i4 come out?
Kevin, the i4, which is the all-electric version of the new 4 Series, will actually start production in 2021.
Fantastic. So based on the 4 Series, for those electric fans out there, in 2021. And our last question from Facebook is from Jesse. Will BMW individual paints be available on the 4 Series?
Kevin, as you know, BMW Individual really enables you to customize your vehicle, the exterior paint, the interior leather, and look for, I would say, an announcement very shortly after launch about the launch of Individual on the new 4.
Fantastic. So in addition to the standard paint, such as the Arctic Race Blue, that is specific and debuting on the 4 Series, look for those individual paints to come in the future. Thanks so much for your expertise, Matt. Thanks to our viewers for your terrific questions. That brings to a close another episode of BMW Live from Ultimate Drive. Please stay tuned to our social channels for future episodes. On behalf of Matt and myself, BMW Canada, our retail network across the country, in the US and around the world, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe and healthy, everyone, and bye for now.